back, the second animated series for new Trek, Star Trek Prodigy, and I'm going to be discussing Season 1, although it feels like Season 2, Episode 11, where it left off with Episode 10, funnily enough. So you've probably already seen it, but if you haven't seen it, this will contain spoilers. As always, I'm Al, this is the Geek in Review, and let's get to it. So the crew of the Protostar are back. Do you remember them from the first part of the first season, which was in 2 parts? So this is the third part of the first season. Think about it. And it's been a while. Mysterious Federation ships, Janeway holograms, evil plans, all that stuff is where we left off. Anyway, the crew's saving a whale. Not the opening I expected. They're still planning to go to Starfleet. But in the meantime, it seems they're kind of doing the Guardians of the Galaxy thing, and I sort of think that's the way that this show is going to go. But as always, we're going to have to wait and see. But it was a great opener and a great intro, like very much like Into Darkness, the second Star Trek film. Better or worse, it was reminded me of that, whatever. And I love how this show looks. I forgot how good it actually looks. But getting on to the crew themselves, Gwen is having flashbacks of her dad, the Diviner, but there's still gaps because she's seen Zero's true form. Well, not at the end of the last season, at the end of the last episode, do you remember? You know what I'm talking about. Lo and behold, we still don't know exactly where they are in the galaxy, but they found the Federation communication stations and are pretty snazzy, cool new sports uniforms. And I like this episode because they do the cool space bridge thing from Discovery. There's not a lot I like about Discovery. I think they've done it in Strange New Worlds as well. I think this is an absolutely great concept, and I'm surprised it took this long for Star Trek to come up with it. I know they used to use models back in the day and it'd be a whole physical process, whatever, but I really like this. And I don't care what you think. But yeah, again, they're not telling us exactly where they are, and I wonder why. We've still not got a lot of backstory in any of the characters, and we don't really get much or anything at all in this episode. But something that we do get that's familiar is a Denobulan on board the station. And man, what did this guy do to end up all the way out here on his own? They need to explain that they aren't Starfleet, which doesn't seem to pose any sort of real problem for him, which I thought was a little bit strange. But while this stuff is all light and playful, it's just to give our characters a little bit of backstory. Because I said a moment ago, they're sort of missing that. So Jankum finds out he's a Tellarite and he doesn't even know the name of his own species. So again, how did this guy end up all the way out in the Delta Quadrant? But it's Dal here that's a real focal point and sets up another story arc for the season. We don't get an answer on who or what he is, but whatever it is, it sets off a notice to contact Starfleet. So where is this going? I think Dal and Diviner might be linked. What if Dal is the Diviner? Maybe not, but think about that one. And in this episode we get flashbacks as well, with Chakotay and the real Admiral Janeway launching the Protostar. His mission is to travel to the Delta Quadrant, so yeah, we already knew they were there, but where exactly we still don't know. But it's not actually a flashback, it's real Janeway on the real holodeck talking to a fake Chakotay. And remember, we got to see the real Janeway in the last episode. Remember, she was on board the Dauntless Bridge. Anyway, she's after the Protostar. So will she recognise Dal's species when they meet up? Is this maybe some lost chapter of Voyager that we don't know as well? But the Diviner's plan for the ship as a weapon activates when they try to download all the ship's logs to the station, and it all goes wrong. So it seems that his plan would have worked, turning the station into a death trap. Not the best first impression for the new crew to make on Starfleet, but man, as always, it looked visually great, especially the bits when they're all in outer space. But yeah, when this Denobulan jumps into the escape pod, where exactly does he think he's going? No one's out there but the Protostar. That's kind of the whole point of the episode. Are we going to see this guy again? I think so. I think Janeway might pick him up at some point. And why is there only one escape pod on board as well? That seems like really bad logistics. I know there was only one guy, but think about it, it was designed for more than one person. Anyway, they work together to overcome a problem to get back to the ship, and Gwen remembers why her dad wanted the Protostar in the first place. And before the episode ends, real Janeway on the real Dauntless shows up at Pax Lamore, the old prison the guys originally met, and they find the Diviner, and he's not dead, so thank God they're bringing him back, and thank God they're bringing John Noble back. What a great actor. Like, Lord of the Rings, The Fringe. If you've not checked either of those out, just check them out. Absolutely fantastic. Because you don't waste John Noble, do you? And this show certainly doesn't. So anyway, Janeway's on the hunt for the ship that could destroy Starfleet. The gang are probably about to discover this, and it's safe to say it's going to be a game of cat and mouse for the rest of the season, which I like the idea of that as long as they don't string it out too long. We've also got the Dial thing and the Gwen memory thing as well. And yeah, they still need to answer how Jankum and all the rest of them ended up out there on that planet Paslamore in the first place. And I like that this show is setting stuff up with a clear direction, because Lower Decks didn't really do that this season. Season 3 has just finished, and they had a few arcs, but they didn't last longer than an episode or two, and I think a lot of fans were expecting that, certainly from the trailer. But yeah, I'm still shocked that this is my favourite Star Trek show, or at least of the new Treks, and I'm glad it's back. While it wasn't an absolutely amazing episode, I did really like it. It didn't pack in too much, and I like that that's the sort of outside of the main Trek universe, and by that I mean this show doesn't need the crew to save the universe every single week or every single season like Discovery. They're just out there having their own adventures. But as always, what did you guys think, and what's your favourite animated Trek show, Lower Decks or Prodigy, or do you not watch either? If you don't, just take them both out, one episode, two, don't worry about it. But I always say, give this show a chance, ignore the kiddie element because it's a little bit more than that. Or don't, just come back here every week and watch these reviews, and if you're planning to do that, just like and subscribe. As always, I'm Al, thanks for watching.